Let's see if this thing is working today. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Hope all is well with you, wherever you're at on this big blue marble that we all live on called Earth. Good to see everybody this morning. Billy, good to see you. Eric M1RV. Jules, my number one. Good to see you. JTEMT, welcome. Hope all is well. It's cold, man. It's cold here in the People's Republic of New Yorkistan today. Jeep Girl, good to see you, sister. Currently sitting at 36.6.3 degrees here at HVPAS headquarters in the Hudson Valley, and it's freaking snowing. That's right, the 7th of April and snowing. Hopefully nothing accumulates. Hopefully. Daryl Calhoun, good to see you. Do something different. Good to see you. Welcome from Arizona. I hope it's warmer there than it is here. I'm freezing here in upstate New York. Canadian, good to see you. I don't complain to Canadian about the cold because, well, Canadian knows the cold. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. Jeep Girl says 41 degrees and rain where I'm at. Yeah, it's rain-snow mixture here currently in the valley, but snow nonetheless. Dupsy Daisy, good to see you. So, obviously the news of the day, same news of the day as Friday, stock markets in straight up turmoil, folks. Let's see, I hit the refresh button here. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average is currently down 972 points. The S&P is down 100 points. NASDAQ down 269. VIX is actually up 8.8 points. Gold down $23.20. And oil down $1.40 a barrel. Vision Preparedness, good to see you. Jeremy Title, I don't know what you said, but welcome. Rum Runner says, raining here in NYC. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pouring down there for a while. Dark clouds and rain here, west coast of Canada. They've been spraying the skies like crazy. So sorry to hear that, my friend. Oops says, fake money, still fake money, no matter what. Agreed, agreed. Wisconsin farm boy, good to see you. Sitting about the same temperature, bro. You're just a tad bit colder than us. But again, these markets are going to be in turmoil until all this tariff stuff kind of works itself out, right? I mean, you guys know, I know that something had to happen with the way we do business here in the United States of America. It wasn't working. And if we continued on the path that we were on, we were definitely headed for a debt default, right? So definitely something needed to be done. And, well, we knew it was going to be drastic, right? I mean, you can't pull yourself out of what had been done without doing some serious drastic measurements. So I'm going to copy this guy right here, as always, and paste it into the chat for everybody. Guardian Prepping, good morning from the People's Republic of New Yorkistan. Cherokee, good to see you. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Let's see. JKR says the real investors ended up being the prepper net all along. True story. True story. But the market watch is in there for you guys to check out. The next article I came across, I thought was really interesting because we're all hating on AI, right? I mean, it's kind of taken over things. You can't scroll through YouTube anymore without seeing AI-based videos. They've kind of destroyed content creation for a lot of people, right? Jenny Faw, hey Mike, happy Monday from North Carolina. Money, money, money. Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate it. So AI, I think it's got its place, right? But I think it needs to be kept in a box. But unfortunately, I think they already opened Pandora's box and she's out. She's out. So this article from earth.com, I'm going to copy this guy and paste it right here into the chat for everybody to check out. Kane Corso, good to see you. And let's get this rolling, shall we? Pilgrim in the house. What up? So AI proves that fingerprints are not unique, upending the legal system. Very interesting, folks. Fingerprint analysis has been a dependable tool in crime solving for more than a century. Investigators lean on fingerprint evidence to identify suspects and connect them to specific crime scenes, believing that every fingerprint offers a distinctive code. Yet, a team of researchers has found that prints from different fingers of the same person can sometimes appear more alike. This insight came from an AI model that revealed surprising connections between prints. Hudson from Columbia Engineering stands out in this effort to question widely accepted forensic norms in collaboration with Wayno Zhu from the University at Buffalo. AI's take on fingerprints. For decades, it has been taken for granted that fingerprints from different fingers of one individual do not match. Much of this belief stems from the assumption that each finger displays a completely separate ridges, loops, and swirls. One anonymous reviewer even stated it's well known that every fingerprint is unique when confronted with the researchers' work. Despite such resistance, the undergraduate senior at Columbia Engineering named Gabe Guo spearheaded a study that contradicts the long-standing assumption. By using a public U.S. government database with roughly 60,000 fingerprints, Guo fed pairs of fingerprints into the deep contrastive network, some pairs belonging to the same person while others came from different people. The AI system became adept at telling when prints looked differently were actually from one individual, reaching an accuracy of 77% for single pairs. In cases where multiple samples were grouped together, the accuracy soared, offering the possibility of boosting existing forensic methods by more than tenfold. Interesting. Red Cardinal, good to see you. Yardbirds in the house. Elusive Darthmore Survival, good to see you. Researchers rocking the boat. Although these findings promise fresh possibilities in connecting crime scenes, the researchers face an uphill battle during peer review. The project was rejected by a well-established forensics journal that did not accept the suggestion that different fingers might produce prints with shared characteristics. Very interesting. So it says potential bias and the next steps. The researchers are alert to possible data gaps. They noted that their system showed similar performance across various demographics, but emphasized the need for a larger, more diverse fingerprint collections. They hope that through validation, they will address any concerns about bias before anyone adopts this technique in actual investigations. Very interesting. This article is extremely lengthy here. Kane Corso, yeah, Minority Report does come to mind when I hear this. And copy this guy and paste it to everybody. James Carroll, good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well wherever you're at. If you in the Jersey Shore or if you hiding up in Copac enjoying the snow with me, good to see you. KP Heathen in the house. What's up? Prepper for the ages, good to see you. Guardian Preppin says optics is where it's at. Nobody has anyone else's eyes so far. Sunset, yeah, it's lightly snowing here. We got flurries throughout the day. Let's see. Next article I'll bring you is, well, why not? Since we're talking about it, the weather. Currently 37 degrees here from Poughkeepsie, New York at Fairview Station 2. Joy Calhoun, good to see you. Snow, rain in the forecast for the Hudson Valley throughout the day. It's currently pouring in New York City from the radar I'm looking at here all the way through the valley to southern Dutchess County. It is pouring, and snow, ice west of the Hudson River in the Catskills. Yuck, yuck. Let's check out the 10-day here. 10-day, let's see, tomorrow 40, partly sunny, 47 Wednesday, mostly sunny. Thursday, cloudy and 50. Friday, 49 and rain. Saturday, 50 and rain. It's going to stay cold, man. We're talking about 26 degrees overnight tonight. It's going to get super cold. KK, good to see you, brother. Super hot here in the UK. Interesting, interesting. The weather has been wild, to say the least. Globally, people are experiencing, 1,000-year floods every couple years, 500-year floods every other year. Wild stuff going on. Let's see. Sunset is feeding the birds. Color by crayons. Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. And I will copy this and paste this in the chat for anybody else who is... Whoops, what did I do? Nope, that's not it. Copy. There we go. There we go. It's working. It's working. I got to feed this coffee straight into the PC this morning, I guess. Savage Lee says it's 70 degrees and sunny, beautiful Oklahoma day. Fantastic. Donald H. Hood in the house. What's up, brother? Hope all is well with you. And we will just keep going on the radar. Don't piss people off. The economy crash is making me money. More repos. Unfortunately, crayons. Unfortunately, I think default is kind of on the horizon. Should we go back and check the markets, guys? Yeah, let's do it. Let's see where it's at now. Because this is volatile, right? It's literally all day. There's spikes and valleys since open. It opened over 1,000 points down. I'm going to refresh this guy now. The Dow is currently down 546 points. S&P is down 40 points. NASDAQ down 80 points. Gold still down $30.90. And oil still down $1.37 a barrel. So it's kind of mounting a comeback. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it levels out, right? What we want is some sort of consistency and not so much volatility, right? That's a big thing. Let's keep going with the weather, shall we? This article is from the USA Today, but it is posted on Yahoo News. Roddy Hood, good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. Guardian Preppin says the dollar is owning my local currency more than ever before. Oi, oi. Currencies around the world, man. Every market, global markets are quivering right now at all the crap that's going on. So, not good. Moon Sprouts, good morning. Good to see you, sister. So again, I'll paste this article one more time because the chat, pardon me, is just flying this morning. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you. Yahoo News. Tornadoes, torrential rain continues to slam portions of the U.S. and there's a lot of photos and videos to go along with this article here. That's why I put it all in the comments section for you guys, because you got to be able to check it out. Ohio Valley prepping. Yes, the markets be shady AF. Let's see. From USA Today, a large storm system has slammed swaths of the nation with tornadoes and heavy rain for days is expected to linger over the Mississippi River Valley Monday, according to the National Weather Service. The storm, which has killed at least 19 people since Wednesday, is forecasted to bring moderate to heavy rains and strong to severe thunderstorms from southeast Virginia to the central Gulf Coast Monday, the Weather Service said. Unlike the past several days, the rain that falls on Monday should not be overly excessive. However, isolated to scattered instances of flash flooding cannot be ruled out, the National Weather Service said Monday. Scattered thunderstorms with some heavy rainfall, severe winds, and tornadoes were also possible across parts of northern Florida and the southern Atlantic coast Monday, according to the Weather Service. The flood stage for the Kentucky River near Monterey is about 20 miles from the capital. Frankfurt is 33 feet. It is expected to crest Tuesday morning at 57 feet, just a bit above flood stage. Pardon me. Which would exceed the record by 3 inches. Flooding and evacuations have led to additional concerns. The Ohio River at Cincinnati remains under a flood warning and is expected to crest at more than 60 feet on Monday before falling below flood stage sometime Friday morning, according to the National Weather Service. Hold on to your hats, Ohioans. Make sure you have an exit strategy, please. Okay, got through that. Forecasters say it expects significant flooding in East End, California, New Richmond, Ohio, with backwater floods in Silver Grove, Kentucky, and riverfront building flooded in Aurora, Indiana. The Tennessee Department of Health has confirmed 10 weather-related deaths in the state amid the days of severe weather, including tornadoes and flooding. The severe weather was diminished in some areas, but not the dangers. River flooding will be a concern across Middle Tennessee through midweek as well. So remember, turn around, don't drown. The National Weather Service in Nashville warned Monday on social media. And then this article goes into photo after photo and video after video. Check it out. It's right here in the comments section for y'all to read for yourselves and take into account. It's, let's see, Donald Huth says, mostly sunny today, Apatoka, Florida, with a huge temp of 90 degrees. Good golly, my friend. The Widow's Diary. Good to see you, PJ. Hope all is well, sister. Do something different, says Indiana is my birth state. Right on. Right on. So the severe weather threat continues, folks. I honestly feel a extreme weather event is our most likely SHTF scenario. So it's important to prepare for something like that, right? That means don't keep all your eggs in one basket. If your home is your castle and you have no plans to bug out and everything is in your home, what happens if something happens to your home? God forbid, a fire, or maybe something crazy like a runaway tractor comes through your house. We had folks that lived it, believe it. Things can happen, so don't keep all your eggs in one basket. Find 2 or 3 good baskets and scatter them eggs around, so even if something happens to your castle, you still have a fallback. Freedom Nugget 74 says, my bay boat is next to my back door and not secured to the trailer just in case I have to leave in a flood. My boat is well stocked. Freedom Nugget 74, awesome. That is absolutely awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Contingency plans, folks. PJ says, I got to get the water out of the storm shelter. It got flooded yesterday. Got to get busy. PJ, work safely, sister. I hope it goes smoothly and easily for you. Guardian Prepping says, skills, knowledge, fitness, and willpower. That's all you ever own. Amen. Crayon says, listen to Mike scattering eggs. Rich man. No, I get them from the guy down the road. I buy my eggs off the side of the road now and my drugs in the store. Welcome to New York. Donald Huth, thank you so much for smashing that like button, man. Really appreciate it, brother. Our next article today goes right into the crap, man. This is, when I read this stuff, it lets me know that I'm doing the right thing with preparedness. It lets me know that I'm doing the right thing when I'm paying attention to things that are going on, sometimes really far away from home, that don't seem to connect right away, right? So, Crayon says, store, I'm still smoking last year's crop. Awesome. Elusive Darth Moon Survival says, I just installed a ham radio and a CB radio aerial outside and checked my bug out bag. Plus, I got to go test my skills. Absolutely. That's one of the biggest things. Darth Moore Survival, you practice, man. You got to practice with your survival gear. You need to know that stuff's going to work. You can't hope it's going to work. Oh, moon sprouts. That's a really good fact. If 1/3 of the population had backyard chickens, it would eliminate the need for factory farms. Fantastic. So again, my apologies about the doom and gloom, but this might not make it Monday. So this article right here from thesun.com, one of our favorite news sources because, well, they always telling us what's really going on. It says, braced for war. The threat to kill Trump appears in official Iran papers, and the Ayatollah places military on full alert amid fears of a U.S. strike. Chilling threats to Donald Trump have emerged in Iran's propaganda newspaper after he threatened to bomb the regime like never before. Iran has placed its military troops on full alert amid looming threats of devastating strike attacks from the U.S. Tons of photos and videos to go along with this article. The supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is said to have put Iran's military on standby to prepare for any future strikes from the U.S. Tehran was slapped with a chilling deadline to either hold direct talks and sign a new nuclear agreement or potentially face military action. But Khamenei strongly refused to agree with Trump's demands, saying that Iran will not engage in any direct negotiations with the U.S. The snub saw a furious Trump rip into the regime and threaten to strike Iran. The president, who vowed to bomb Iran like never before if the regime does not fall in line and strike up a new nuclear deal with the U.S. Amid the potential strike threat, a hardline Iranian newspaper managed by Khamenei's representative issued a column calling to assassinate Trump. The chilling threat was written in retaliation to the 2020 killing of the IRGC's Soleimani by U.S. airstrikes. President Trump has given his team strict instructions to obliterate Iran if the country ever assassinated him. It was revealed in November that the Iranian agent had been charged with plotting to kill Trump in an assassination that would have shaken the world. U.S. prosecutors say that the rogue state told ex-con Fareed Shakiri, said to be hiding in Tehran, to devise a 7-day plan to spy on and murder him. In February, Trump responded to a question over what protocols would instantly be triggered should he be killed by an Iranian plot by saying, "There's already a plan set," he said. "I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left." Federal authorities have been tracking Iranian threats against Trump and other U.S. administration officials for years. Meanwhile, Khamenei said to be amassing troops to brace for a potential conflict. He ordered Iran's armed forces to abandon Houthi terrorists and leave Yemen. One senior Iranian military official said that the regime's decision to ditch their support for the Houthis was made to prepare for a direct conflict with the U.S., according to The Telegraph. The source said that Tehran wants to focus more on the threat from Donald Trump rather than spending its resources on a proxy network in the Middle East. It comes just days after The Sun exclusively revealed how the U.S. and Israel are planning to blitz an attack, which is long overdue. Tons of articles, tons of timelines, and this article goes on for quite some ways, guys. Guardian, yeah, obliterated is definitely a powerful word. And with the hardware that we have hanging out near the Middle East, it'll only take a matter of minutes. McRib rubber. Wow. That's pretty funny. Oops. That's pretty funny. But check out that article, guys. So many photos in there. Breakdowns of the attempted assassination attempts and all the different things that have gone on related to this article. It's interesting, very interesting. I'll paste that one more time in the chat for everybody. Wild, wild. Definitely not things calming down at all, right? Not even a little bit, man. This is a news spot that I had never seen before, but I thought the article was interesting, and I definitely wanted to bring it to everybody's attention here. Mick Soylent. This is Pravda.com. This is a Polish news source, actually. Goes on to state, Polish officials warn Trump against a historical mistake regarding Russia. The head of the Polish Council for Cooperation with Ukraine, which advises Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk's government on Ukraine, has warned U.S. President Donald Trump risk making historical mistakes if his negotiations to end the war in Ukraine result in Washington They're recognizing Russia's claims to Crimea and other occupied territories. They think if we allow that stuff to go to Russia, it's not going to be good for Poland. American Viking says, don't take this wrong. I'm not a liberal, but if Trump would read history, he would know that these tariffs will destroy a lot of lives. So short term, American Viking, perhaps. Long term, not a chance. Long term, these tariffs turn into more American jobs, bring American manufacturing back to America, stop outsourcing everything to foreign nations for cheap, and bring goods back to America. We start doing things again here today. The roaming prepper, no, I'm late. I usually do this about 10:30 in the morning, so welcome. Just catching on? Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. Yeah, not good. Not good. Poland is not happy with that stuff, and I understand, man. They're Russia's neighbor. They got to deal with all this. They literally have a war going on in their backyard. So it was something that MY Prepper and myself actually discussed on the last We All Gonna Die Wednesday. If you guys didn't catch that, you should really check it out. Read Smoot Hawley, JFK even spoke about it. American Viking, I'll check it out. Thank you, appreciate that. And I will drop this guy in the comment section for you again to check this out for yourselves. Pravada.com. Interesting article. It's not good. Not good. And the last article of the day, we'll check the markets before we cash out. Johnny Highwood's good to see you. Chance Paladin in the house. What's up? Oh, you were thinking We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Roaming Prepper, it's Monday, bro. Your schedule is totally toast. Sorry, man, I know you're always on the go, so love to bust the chops. Love to bust the chops. Donald Huth says, I love watching NY Prepper Greg's YouTube videos and his live streams too. Yeah. Arm James, good to see you, bro. The jet-setting roaming prepper. He's always on the go, man. Always, always. Thus the name, right? So our last article here before we part ways for the day. I'm going to drop this in the chat for you. CNN.com. I know, CNN. Well, could you? You got to scour everything, guys. There's good news everywhere. There's good reporters, even in the bad news networks. So this article states, Israeli soldiers reveal systematic destruction of Palestinian property to create a Gaza buffer zone. This is breaking news out this morning, 10:43 a.m. Jerusalem, Israel's military has transformed every bit of Gazan territory within about a half a mile of the Israeli border into a wasteland. Armored bulldozers have systematically leveled one home after another. Combat engineers have laid explosives and triggered controlled demolitions inside once bustling facilities. Troops have torn up and denied Palestinians any access to the fertile farmland that once sustained lives and livelihood. In its place, the Israeli military has established roughly a 1 kilometer wide buffer zone, about 0.6 of a mile, from which it has banished Palestinians and killed or fired at those who do set foot within its unmarked perimeter, all of which has never officially been acknowledged. Now, in interviews with CNN, testimonial to an Israeli watchdog group, Israeli soldiers who were deployed to Gaza are revealing how the military carried out the destruction of civilian infrastructure to create the buffer area and loosen rules of engagement that have already resulted in Israeli troops firing on and killing unarmed Palestinians. These testimonies reveal Israeli military practices that arguably violate international humanitarian law and, in some cases, are war crimes, according to international law experts. CNN reached out to the IDF for comment about the demolitions and testimonials about the shoot-to-kill policy in the buffer zone, but it did not receive a response. When Sergeant First Class A arrived in the industrial zone of Gaza City's neighborhood in December 2023, many of the warehouses and factories had already been destroyed, but others were still standing. Our job was to make more of the first kind, the sergeant told CNN, speaking on condition of anonymity because he risks reprisal for speaking out publicly. We destroyed them one by one in a very methodical fashion, area by area. After initially deploying to Israel communities along the Gaza border to shore up their defenses following Hamas's October 7th attack, Sergeant A was sent to the Sujani and tasked with protecting combat engineers as they bulldozed buildings and rigged others to explode. This article is super duper lengthy, and I'm going to drop this guy in the chat for everybody. Wisconsin Farm Boy, you have a great day, man. Stay safe. Because if I continue to read this, they're probably going to strike this video down. Not good, man. Not good. Horrible. Horrible, even. Speaking of horrible, I suppose we'll check the markets one last time. And refresh this bad mamma jamma. The Dow is currently down 701 points. S&P down 75. NASDAQ 160. Gold down $36.90. Oil down $1.26. Roaming Prepper, thank you so much, man. Safe travels, brother. He's going to do the horseman from the hotel or a bar. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I'll see you there. I'll bring a drink to the Livingston Man's. But thank y'all for joining me this morning. Really appreciate you being here. Cold War Prepper, good to see you. The news is not the best. The market is not the best. The volatility will continue until morale improves, right? I think that's the way they did it. Yardbird says, I just invested $1,000 in the market and it's gone. And it's gone. It's gone now. Yep, but that's the skinny. Again, I will make sure that when I end this live stream, I go back to YouTube, open up the browser, and drop all of these links in the comment section so you don't have to come try and sift through the live chat to find these bad boys. Keep prepping, folks. Keep prepping. Shelter, water, food, in that order. Those are the three most important, and exit strategies from wherever you may be. In every direction, because you never know where SHTF is going to come from, right? Could come from above, could come from below, could come from behind you, could come from in front of you. Your left or your right, you never know. You got to zig and zag, serpentine, right? But thank y'all for joining me this morning. Really appreciate you being here. I'll be back real soon. I got to get to some more preparedness videos here. The news is fun, and I do appreciate hanging out with everybody in the mornings, but this is Prepping and Survival channel, so it's damn sure time to get back to the Prepping and Survival. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining me this morning. Hudson Valley Prepping Survival. Out of here. Stay safe, folks.